You're comparing your behind the scenes life to everyone else's carefully edited highlight reel every single day. It happens quietly, usually in the morning, before your brain even fully wakes up. You unlock your phone, scroll casually, and suddenly everyone else seems happier, richer, and more fulfilled. Vacations appear effortless, bodies look perfect, careers move forward while your own life feels strangely paused. And without noticing, a small voice whispers that you are somehow falling behind everyone else. Here's the thing most people don't realize about this feeling you experience during ordinary scrolling moments. Social comparison is not a modern flaw. It is an ancient psychological instinct built into human survival. In 1954, psychologist Leon Festinger explained that humans naturally evaluate themselves by observing other people. Your brain constantly asks one question: where do I stand compared to the tribe around me? But social media changed the environment, or this comparison now happens every single day. Instead of neighbors or classmates, you compare yourself with thousands of curated lives at once. And those lives are not reality. They are carefully selected moments designed to look extraordinary. What most people don't realize is that platforms reward perfection because perfection keeps you watching longer. A single photo hides arguments, failures, stress, insecurity, and the boring parts that make life real. You see the celebration, but never the exhaustion that happened before the camera turned on. This creates an illusion where everyone appears consistently successful while you experience your full messy reality. Your brain treats those images as social evidence, even though logically you know they are incomplete stories. Here's what actually happens inside your mind when you receive likes, notifications, and digital approval. Each notification releases dopamine, the same chemical connected to reward, motivation, and anticipation of pleasure. For a brief moment, validation feels like proof that you matter and belong somewhere meaningful. But dopamine fades quickly, leaving your brain craving another small hit of recognition again. Platforms exploit this by turning attention into a loop that rewards comparison and repeated checking behavior. You scroll, compare, feel slightly worse, then post or keep scrolling to feel temporarily better again. The hidden pattern here is not weakness. It is a perfectly engineered psychological feedback system. And the more you scroll passively, the more your brain encounters upward comparisons instead of realistic perspectives. Upward comparison means seeing people who appear more successful, attractive, or happier than you feel today. Over time, this shifts self-perception, slowly lowering confidence without any dramatic moment you can notice. Studies show passive scrolling correlates with worse mood because comparison replaces genuine social connection. You observe life instead of living it, measuring your worth through filtered snapshots of strangers. The algorithm learns what captures your attention and begins feeding increasingly idealized versions of human life. Soon, your feed becomes an endless stream of perfection that no real human experience could ever match. Imagine running on a treadmill chasing happiness while it continuously moves slightly faster away from you. That is how comparison feels when your brain believes everyone else is permanently ahead. But here's the deeper insight most discussions about social media completely miss or oversimplify. The real cost is not jealousy, it is the quiet erosion of how you evaluate your own life. When struggles remain invisible online, you assume your difficulties are unique instead of universal human experiences. Isolation grows because you believe everyone else manages life effortlessly while you secretly struggle. What if the problem is not your life, but the lens through which you are repeatedly viewing reality? Your full life includes growth, confusion, effort, boredom, and recovery, none of which fit highlight culture. Their highlight reel is only a fragment, while your behind the scenes contains the entire human story. Awareness changes everything, because once you see the mechanism, the illusion begins losing its emotional power. Instead of asking why your life looks ordinary, you start questioning why perfection looks so common online. A wiser approach is not quitting technology entirely, but becoming intentional about how you engage with it. Audit your feed and unfollow accounts that consistently trigger comparison instead of inspiration or genuine learning. Reduce passive scrolling and replace some screen time with experiences that produce memories rather than measurements. Track real progress offline. The conversations, skills, and quiet victories algorithms will never display publicly. Slowly, your brain relearns that meaning comes from participation, not observation of curated digital performances. And something surprising happens when comparison loses control of your attention and emotional energy. You begin noticing small moments again, conversations, creativity, rest, and progress that once felt invisible. Social media stops being a scoreboard and becomes simply a tool you consciously decide how to use. Because your behind the scenes life, imperfect and unfinished, is actually where real meaning always existed. The highlight was never the performance, it was the experience you were too distracted to notice. So next time you scroll, remember you're seeing moments, not entire lives unfolding in real time. And maybe the real freedom begins when you stop comparing stories and start living your own fully.